What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. My name is Myles with Holiday World out of Dallas, Texas, and today we're looking at this 2023 Grand Design Solitude 380FL. So this is Solitude's front living floor plan and has an amazing bathroom in it. If there was one thing I was probably more excited about more than anything else in here, it is the bathroom that is in this front living floor plan. So lots to talk about with this one. I'm actually here today at my Holiday World of Willis location. So this is just north of Houston. Drove about 3 hours down here from Dallas to come make these videos of Grand Design RVs down here that I do not have at my Dallas store, which is actually our Mesquite store just outside of Dallas. But I don't have Grand Design there, so I have to come down to Houston to get videos of these RVs. And a lot of y'all that watch my videos know I do not get paid to come make videos of these RVs by my company. I am just in a sales position. So if you like this video, you appreciate it, hit the like button down below. Definitely hit that subscribe button as well. And if you are interested in this RV, there's a link down below in the description that you can send your contact information to me so I can help you get into this RV. And I would love to help you out with that, give you a great experience with buying and purchasing your RV, and hopefully get the opportunity to do that. So that's all I got. Let's get into this thing. Hey, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos, I'm super excited that you're here. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. And if you do get something out of this video, consider hitting the like button down below and definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you would like to connect with me on other social media platforms, links to my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are down below in the description, where you can find other RV related content that I upload regularly. And then finally, if you are interested in this RV, keep in mind I am in a sales position. I do not get paid by my company to come out here and make these videos. I just do this on my own time in hopes of finding people like you that might be interested in this RV. So I would love to personally assist you in helping you make this RV yours. So you can either text me at the number on the screen there, or there is a link down below in the description that you can fill out with some basic information that will help me best help you. So go down there and fill out that information if you are interested in this RV. And let's get into the video. All right, y'all, this is the 2023 Grand Design Solitude 380FL-R. R meaning that it has a residential refrigerator. You can also get it with a gas electric refrigerator. However, Holiday World, we order pretty much every single Solitude with a residential refrigerator. I'm gonna turn on the front cap here as well. You have your front cap light switch. Really like that it has this rubber cover on it. Since this is the front end of your RV, a lot of times your wheels can send mud and debris back into that area. So that's gonna stop that from building up on that switch. But you have your LED docking lights up here up front, LED lights there and here, and then again up front here as well, where that'll illuminate this space, where you have this MORryde pin box. So this MORryde pin box here is gonna have 4 bushings around here that is going to absorb a lot of the shock and impact as you brake and accelerate. This thing is going to move and absorb that shock there, giving you a really comfortable towing experience. And then a lot of people don't know with Solitude, you actually have 2 different lines. So you have the Solitude here, which we're looking at on these ones. And then if you come back just a couple, it's easily distinguishable because of the pin box on here. You can see you have this Rhino box on this one because this is a Solitude S-Class. So the Solitude S-Class is gonna be like the less expensive, stripped down version of a Solitude. If you're looking for a Solitude that is a little bit more cost friendly, that is going to be this here. Just like Montana has the Montana High Country line that is a stripped down, less expensive version of a Montana. Alpine has the Avalanche line, which is like a less expensive version of an Alpine essentially. Solitude has the S-Class line that is a less expensive version of a Solitude. So this is your full feature, fully packed Solitude. Also want to shout out my wife here who is in our truck. She traveled down here to Houston with me today and tomorrow to help me film these videos. If you've never done anything like this, you have no idea how difficult it really can be, especially filming in 100-degree heat all day long. I film everything on my iPhone, and iPhones overheat very easily, and once they overheat, you can't use them. So she is in there helping me keep my phone cooled down, helping me stay cool as well every time I need a slight break here so that we can keep things rolling and get as much content filmed as possible. So huge shout out to her, and really appreciate her for just being involved with everything that I do and helping me out. I definitely couldn't do what I do without her. Now coming under here, you're going to have your storage space. So this one will have a 300-watt solar panel system on the roof. It's just one panel, and you can tell because it has a solar charge controller here. So I actually don't even have to go up on the roof to know that that's there because the solar charge controller is here. You have a spot for 2 batteries, So it doesn't come with any batteries. This is one area where Keystone is really kind of ahead of the game, where every Keystone RV now has the option to be ordered with 2 lithium batteries, which I don't know if that's a thing yet on Grand Design. But I know we're ordering, as a company, every Keystone RV with 2 lithium batteries as far as I can tell so far. So something a little bit different on the Keystone Montana and Alpine that will compare to the Solitude, where the Solitude does not have that, and those other ones will. So I'll point out some of these little differences between some of these different brands as we go through. I know a lot of people ask me for different recommendations and stuff like that. A lot of times I can't make a recommendation for you. I can help kind of guide you, but everything is subjective when it comes to a lot of stuff that people ask for, you know? If I tell you, oh, you know, this one is the best one, this is the one that you're gonna love, and then you step in it and you're like, oh, I hate the colors. It's like, okay, well, I don't know what colors you like. You asked me what I thought you would like. And so a lot of stuff is subjective, but I will point out a lot of the little differences between the different brands, because there are some things that Solitude does better than Montana and Alpine. There's some things Montana does better than Alpine and Solitude. There's some things Alpine, I think, does better than Montana and Solitude. And then there's some things where, like, Solitude will do it better than Alpine, but maybe not Montana. Montana will do it better than Alpine, but maybe not Solitude. And it's just these little things here and there that make these little differences across the board. But overall, I think if you find the floor plan layout that you like and you find a color scheme that you like, all of these brands will give you an experience that you will enjoy. So don't think about it too hard and don't spend too much time freaking out thinking you might make the wrong decision. Just trust your instinct. And I will help guide you as well if you come to me for advice and are purchasing your RV from me. I will definitely make sure that you get in the best option for you. So coming down underneath here, you're going to have your storage compartment. Now in these front living fifth wheels, these are always going to be a pretty narrow storage compartment. A lot of your storage is going to be in the back, which we will look at in just a second. You have your central vac hose connection, so you can hose out, or you can vacuum out this area right here. That hose is right there. You have a 25-foot coil hose because you do have a spray port outside for a campside water source. Love that. 50 amp plug connection there, and you have your battery disconnect switch as well. So somewhat of a narrow storage space. Also want to point out you do have an outlet there too, so you can plug some things in. And you have all your aluminum framing here, really close frame pieces, so a nice good solid base there, and welded on both sides of the frame connections all the way throughout the aluminum framing of the Solitude. You have magnet latches for all of your doors. So I love that these kind of open all the way to the sidewall there. Get it flush with the sidewall and out of the way. Magnet latch to hold it in place. And then they're solid slam latch doors, so they just slam shut. On all your Solitude fifth wheels, you're gonna have a 30-pound propane bottle on each side. So that will be one, and then the other one is on the other side. You have a 6-point auto leveling system. So you'll have 4 stabilizers in front of the axles. They're hydraulic auto leveling, so they actually have the capability not only to auto level your RV, but also lift it off the ground if you ever need to do that. So that is something that this is capable of doing. You have a 12-inch I-beam frame on this Solitude, and then a 10-inch I-beam drop-down frame right here. This drop-down frame gives you a bigger storage compartment down here, making this a full profile fifth wheel. And then you have the LED light strip under here, which I really, really appreciate, because that is going to illuminate this space here right where you enter in and go out of the RV. So if you have this light on and it's darker outside, this is going to illuminate that space there so you can see where you're stepping and not trip over anything. Definitely appreciate that little touch. And it just looks cool as well. Can't really tell in the daytime, but at night, that will illuminate that space well. You have 2 awnings on this Solitude. So one covering this slide out right there. Nice, you automatically get pretty much a slide topper with that. And then you have the LED light strip up here that is not turned on right now, but the LED light strip will work whether your lights, or whether your awning is in or out. That'll illuminate this whole space underneath your RV as well. Definitely gets really bright at night. And you have this amber colored light right there over the door. Because it is a Solitude, you have the laminated sidewall there. They always want to make sure that you hit on that sidewall and know that it is a laminated sidewall. Very solid on the construction with that. Coming back this way, with your slide out mechanisms, you have a hydraulic rack and pinion style slide out underneath here. You also have really solid subfloor under there. I mean, you can hardly even hear it when I hit it because it's just so solid there. And it almost feels like hitting concrete. And this is gonna be a hydraulic slide out, so it'll go in and out really quickly, really smoothly. And then one of my favorite things on the Solitudes is they come with, or we order them with, it's an option that we order every Solitude with, these Cooper H-rated tires. So that is going to beat everything else in its class, coming with this Cooper H-rated tire. A lot of other stuff like Montana and Alpine are going to come with a G-rated tire, and they both come with different brands that are not an American-made brand like the Cooper tire. Montana comes with the Saloon tire, which is still a pretty good tire, but this one is the best in class out of the three for having an American-made H-rated tire. Also comes with the MORryde CRE 3000 suspension. Doesn't have the 6 inches of travel like the Road Armor suspension, but it's still a good suspension system with 3 inches of travel on it there. And then you have an outlet here. You do have your tire pressure monitoring system that this is equipped with. And you have your outdoor speakers on this side of your fifth wheel with another awning there as well. So most of your fifth wheel is covered with awning coverage. Now this is where all your storage is going to be at. So on these front living models, you have a really big storage space underneath here. Love that they wrapped the subfloor so it just looks better than having exposed wood there. You have heat ducting running through here, so heat is coming into this cavity. And then you have plugs here and TV connection. So if you wanted to mount a TV to this wall that would slide out, you could do that. Again, outlet there as well. And then coming back this way, you have another little spot in the storage here. And then on the back, you have your sliding MORryde tray. This looks like this is about a 6-foot tray or so, 6, maybe 7 feet. It'll slide out. Really love that. Love that Solitude does this on a lot of their 40-foot plus models, that they can lift this space here in the back to make room for this. Really great for full-time living, having all this additional outside storage as well. You have a 3,000-pound towing hitch, which is really unique as well, because a lot of RVs and fifth wheels, I should be more specific, that have some sort of storage space in the back here do not come with a 3,000-pound towing hitch. They usually just come with a 300-pound accessory hitch. So you have something different here with that, being able to tow off the back of this with all this storage here as well. So I really love that. You can see all the aluminum framing throughout here as well. It looks really clean. You have your brake lights with a reverse light also added in there, so you do get the safety reverse light. And then you have a 300-pound capacity ladder. Now this ladder is kind of crazy. It comes up to about the middle of my torso. So pretty tough to get to that first step. Some people, they might step up into this area first, or even because this has an 800-pound weight capacity, they might pull that out and step in there first to get up onto there. But I would recommend a step stool to get up onto the ladder. I'm gonna get up on here as it is, just because I used to play basketball in high school and college and still a little bit athletic. I can get my leg up there, I think, without ripping anything or tearing anything. But we're gonna get up there real quick, take a look at the roof. Oh my gosh, you see how high up I gotta get my leg to try to get up there? It is high, I'm telling you, it's not low. I don't know why they do that. Okay. But I wanted to get up here to show you, you have the 3 Coleman Mach Q Series ACs. Now the ACs on these are black. I kind of like that Montana is doing a white Coleman Mach Q Series AC that's gonna stop. It's not gonna absorb as much heat, but nonetheless, they're all the same AC models on both the Solitude and the Alpine and the Montana. This one has a 300-watt solar panel, so that's just gonna keep your batteries charged on here. Keystone is definitely ahead of the game when it comes to solar, because all of our Keystone RVs that are this size, our Montanas and Alpines, we're ordering them all with a 400-watt solar system, so it's actually gonna come with 2 200-watt panels. And you can see here the box that it's plugged into. All the 2023 Keystones are actually coming with an additional one of those back here, so it's already prepped and wired to add more solar to the rig, something that's not on the Solitude, as far as I've seen so far. So I don't see it anywhere on the roof where there'd be an additional plug to add more solar, unless maybe this were a prepped out space for that, but I don't know that that is. I suppose it could be a prepped out space right there. You know, it's possible that may be a prepped out space. It looks about the same size as that. Maybe where that piece of equipment could be added right there. But nonetheless, Keystone coming already wired and prepped for all the equipment to add additional solar panels to the roof that you don't have on a Solitude. So interesting, just the little differences that you get from these different brands from one to the other. So like I said, it's just these little things here and there that are different from one to the other. But let's hop down and then go back around the other side. Again, you have magnets here to hold that door up, and then this is gonna be a slam latch door. Prep for a backup camera up there as well. And then you have the same storage that's symmetrical to the other side over there. Although we do need to open this one up, So all your Solitudes with these storage spaces back here are going to have an electric or a power cord reel here. So this is a reel that will allow your power cord to be wound up on there. It's an electric reel. And interesting because like an Alpine, for instance, will come with an electric power cord reel here on the back corner of the fifth wheel that is actually wired and it's plugged into the unit. So this here, your plug is right here, as you can see. So you actually have to take the power cord off the reel and then plug it in right there. From everything that I see, there's no like spot to plug it in here. So it's a little different reel. It's mostly just for storage. So once you're done with the power cord, you wind it up in there because this thing is heavy. It's basically a huge chunk of copper, essentially. So very heavy, and that can wind it up there for your storage. But an Alpine will come with one out here, standard, and then a Montana will have that same option to have one out here with a surge protector built in on the Legacy package Montanas. So each of them coming kind of with their own little features there. But I like that the Alpine comes with that electric power cord reel that has the power source there in the reel, standard, which neither of the other two do. You also see here you have all your black and gray tank dump valves right here in the storage compartment. And that's everything for this area. And it looks like all your black and gray tanks come out of this one area right here. So I love that on a 40-foot plus fifth wheel. You have all your water tanks and water lines coming, or all your dump stations, sorry, coming out of one spot there. Plus, I love that they put the light here, so you have a light that will allow you to see what you're doing in darker conditions. Getting underneath here, you'll see you have your sewer storage hose, your sewer hose storage, said that backwards, right here, so you can store that there. And then you have a fully enclosed underbelly. All your water tanks and water lines sit above the insulation, and in a Solitude, they actually have heat fed into that underbelly compartment where your water tanks and water lines sit to keep them warm. And in addition to that, you also have 12-volt heat pads as an electric heat source to also keep your water tanks warm if you are traveling and have water in your tanks and anywhere close to below freezing or freezing temperatures, making sure your water tanks don't freeze while you're going down the road. Another thing Solitude does is a huge bedroom slide. So you can see how much wider the bedroom slide is than your living room slide, which is also the same width as your front living slide. Much bigger slide out here. That's going to give you a huge bedroom space as well that we'll see when we go inside. As we come around, you also have a black tank flush right here. So this will flush out your black tank with pressurized water. You can see we're plugged into a generator right now. This is the Cummins 4500 watt 30 amp generator. So plug that in just so we can get things like the recliners moving in there that are electric recliners, get the fireplace on, and make sure all the lights stay on. You have your auto leveling controls here and your instructions for those right there. Small access into the pass-through storage from this side, which is nice because there's a lot of front living models that actually don't have a pass-through storage compartment. So they managed to find a way to make that possible in this one, which is cool. And then you have your Nautilus water system, definitely one of the most compact and efficient water systems out there. Everything is controlled with these switches here and this legend, and you have this one input there for all your different uses of the water system, and then you have another tank flush valve there as well. Also comes with a built-in water filter space right here, so it comes with the water filter, so you will have that immediately, and all your water lines will come up through here so you can keep this door closed. I also love that this door swings open to the side instead of being on hinges where it comes up like this on a Montana and you have to stay ducked underneath that door. I like how this opens to the side there so you can stand straight up going into that compartment. Slam latch doors again, and you have your 30-pound propane bottle here. Finally, looking at the exact weight on this model, you can see the gross vehicle weight rating is 16,800 pounds. That'll be fully loaded. I'm surprised they don't have the dry weight or length on these stickers here like they do on a Keystone RV. So I don't have the exact, oh, here's the unloaded vehicle weight rating right there. Now I see it, I missed it on the last one. It's 14,984 pounds unloaded. So definitely gonna require a big truck, minimum gonna be looking at like a 250 or 2500 diesel or up from there. And not every 250 or 2500 diesel will be able to tow this, but definitely going to need a big truck. A 1 ton would be most preferred for sure, or something bigger than a 1 ton even. But a 1 ton will definitely do the trick on this. So that is everything. Also want to point out real quick, this here is actually a windshield. So really nice, super dark tint windshield there, looks really good. And that is everything on the outside. So now that we're done with the outside, let's go ahead and head inside. Now, as we go inside, one thing that's interesting to me about these Solitudes is they come with the MORryde step above step, just like a Montana will. But the Solitude step is probably about 2 inches more narrow than a Montana MORryde step. So I don't understand why. The Montana step goes like all the way out to the end of this rail here, where you can see there's like at least, there's actually, it might be 4 inches wider on a Montana. So I don't know why that is. That definitely makes this feel a little bit more awkward going in and out. It like almost feels like I don't have room for my feet. But anyways, I don't know why it's more narrow there. If you know why, let me know in the comments. But you have a really great weather package on these Solitudes, definitely capable of living in full time. You're gonna have a 4,000 or 4D1000, so 40,000 BTU furnace here. You have the 3 ACs that are all ducted together. That is something that is unique to the Solitude, where both the Montana and the Alpine only have, or they have 3 ACs, but the third one is not ducted with the other two. It's just a drop down AC. So that is something that is different in these ones here. And then as we go inside, keep in mind the Solitude is also a 100-inch wide body construction fifth wheel. So this does have a 100-inch wide body, which the Montana does not have. The Montana, just like a lot of other fifth wheels, is only 96 inches wide. So you have that wider body here, giving you more space inside this living arrangement. Now, one other difference I want to point out real quick, just while we're looking at it, because I forgot to point this out in the other Solitudes I've looked at. Although you have the Coleman Mott Q Series ACs, these ones do not come with the residential air filters like the Montana and the Alpine do. The Montana and the Alpine in your front and rear ACs actually have a residential MERV 9 grade air filter here, where these do not. These just look like they have the traditional, you know, maybe a little bit of foam air filter there. Not even that much. I haven't even taken this apart, but it looks like there's hardly anything there in terms of air filtration, or yeah, air filtration, that's the word. I don't know why I second guessed myself. So that's something that's a little different, where they have the same AC units, but only the Keystone ones are coming with that residential air filter, keeping your air cleaner and your ducting cleaner. So that's a little interesting. Not a, you know, make or break thing, but just something I wanted to point out. Just again, one of those little differences. Now, as you come throughout here, I love that they have a really large size island kitchen in here, and I love that they have a spot for a TV here. This is something that some of the other front living models don't have, is a space here that is equipped and you can put a TV. So you can have an additional TV here in the kitchen that you can get so that you can, you know, watch something different in this space. As we go around this area here, we'll go through some of the storage. I just want to kind of give you an overlook again of the kitchen real quick. With your dinette table here, big windows on this side. You also have a nice light fixture there that matches the light fixtures over your island here as well. This is a legless table, so if you wanted to remove this, it's just screwed into the wall there, and you could remove those screws to take this table out. 2 of these chairs will also fold up, so you could put those away if you just want more floor space there. And one other thing real quick as far as construction goes, really solid subflooring underneath here, and then when you look up right here, I think it's a 5/8 inch thick subflooring under here. And if I remember correct, if I'm incorrect on that, please correct me. But one thing that's so strange about the Grand Designs compared to some other models is they still don't wrap the subflooring underneath here. So they paint it black to make it look kind of more like it's wrapped, but you can see it's just exposed wood underneath there. Whereas like the Alpine and Montana and other Keystones, they wrap this subflooring to give it another layer of protection. And then they have this kind of radiant foil barrier there. So a little layer of insulation, but it's not the Astro foil that you see in the Montana that has a little bit higher level of insulation. However, I really do like that you have this almost like seamless floor here, where this perfectly matches the flooring material here. And that just looks really clean there. Really, really like that. And I think that looks really good. Like when you look at it from here, you can almost hardly even tell that there's a flap right there. So I really love that. You're going to have the half bath in these front living models. This here is so that other people don't have to go through the bedroom to get to your main bathroom. They can, if you have guests, they can go into this half bath here. Really like that they put this there so that this door isn't slamming into your pantry. That's definitely an issue on some other models that don't have that. I think both the Montana and the Alpine, I don't think have that. So that is nice to see as well. Although I haven't seen the Montana and Alpine 2023 models of this floor plan yet, so I don't know what they might have. You'll have a porcelain toilet there and soft close toilet seat. Ooh, I love that. You have a soft close toilet seat. I haven't actually messed with the toilet seat in these Solitudes, so that might be a consistent thing across them that I really love. That will make it different than the Montana and the Alpine having that soft close toilet seat there. You'll have your storage underneath here, sink in here, nice black faucet, and a big medicine cabinet with 3 shelves. Plus you have a max air vent fan up there and an AC vent and an outlet. Close this up, and a lot of front living models also won't make room for a pantry. So I like that they actually give you a designated pantry space here with adjustable shelves. This is something that makes this Solitude front living model a little unique, is giving a designated pantry space here. 3 pull-out drawers there as well. Nice big deep one on the bottom. And again, you have that strap here on the door too to protect that from banging on the wall here and making a hole in the wall or something like that. Especially if you have kids or something like that, you know, people in the family that may be reckless, that'll prevent them from even having a chance to mess something up. You have your storage up above the microwave, and then your microwave is going to be just a standard residential microwave. It's the Insignia microwave, and then you have, of course, the ever so popular Insignia 4-burner stove. And this is going to be the 4 burners up here and the biggest oven that you could possibly get in a 5th wheel RV. Also has a nice little heating tray under there and a little storage space next to the oven. Really thin storage space there. In the island kitchen, you have an outlet here. You have a pull-out drawer. This is your light for the, there we go. Got the LED lighting turned on. So you do have LED lighting there and under the island. Light switch for that is right here. Pull this open, a nice deep drawer there. And then storage underneath the sink. Oh, cabinet door hit the camera there. There you go. With your island, it is a split farm style sink. So you can see how it's split there. I'm sweating so much, it is absolutely disgusting. Look at that. It's so hot in here. It's getting to like the mid-afternoon, so the hottest part of the day. And this is my 3rd or 4th video I filmed so far, so I've been out here for probably 3 or 4 hours. Maybe even longer if you add time in between filming videos. And it's getting so hot, it's unbearable. But we're gonna get through this last one here. Nice black faucet, has kind of a geometrical design here. It will come out like so. And then you have the residential Samsung refrigerator. Oh, nice and cool in here. This thing has definitely been on and running. So you will have that there, 18 cubic foot refrigerator with the freezer here, has the ice maker as well. And then you have these straps right here to hold things in place while you're in transit so that they don't pop open. Storage up above, and then you have all your storage here in what also could be like a coffee station if you wanted to set this up like that. We have that here, that there, and then little pull-out drawers here. Nice deep one there, and then 2 drawers that will open up. Breakers and fuses in those panels. Now, one thing I can't recall if Solitude has is a front living floor plan that has like a butler's pantry here instead of a half bath. I've never seen one, so if that is a thing, let me know. See how this lit up with the LED lights too when I turned that light switch on. But I know both Montana and Alpine have a front living model with a pantry here instead of a half bath. So would love to see that from Solitude. If that exists, let me know down below in the comments because I don't know the floor plan model for that, if that is an option. And last thing I almost forgot, I almost went right over this, the price. The MSRP on this, with all the additional options that are added on here that don't come standard, is $151,955. So that is not our actual sales price on the RV, that is just the MSRP price. I don't know the sales, well, I don't know the sales price right off the top of my head, but I would love to personally help you out. So you know that I am currently at my Willis location, which is not the location I work out of every day. However, I can still help you out. So you can go down to the RV inquiry link down below in the description. It'll be the first link that you see. And you can select this Willis location. Now, I won't work with you personally if you select that location to inquire about this RV, but that'll let them know that you came from seeing my YouTube videos and one of the salespeople here will help you out. You could also select any of our other Houston area or New Mexico area stores to inquire about this RV because they all carry this brand. So that would be our Katy, Willis, League City, and Las Cruces locations. And one of the salespeople there can get you all the information you need as far as pricing or setting up a time to come see the RV. Or if you really want to work with me and maybe you're wanting some further help on just picking the right floor plan and maybe you're not sure if this is the one that you want, you can either text me at the number on the screen, or if you go to that RV inquiry link down below, which is what I would prefer you to do, because that will come directly to my inbox if you select the Mesquite location. and I will get your contact information and get in touch with you as soon as I'm available. So would love to help you out in finding your next RV. Go down to that RV inquiry link down below in the description, and look forward to talking to y'all and helping you find your next RV. Now going into the living space, you have a central vac hose connection here, and you have your floor sweep there, so that is going to allow you to sweep any debris over to this place here, and it'll suck it up into there as part of the central vac system, so you can get rid of your dustpan that doesn't really work that well anyways. You have some nice shoe storage. Then 100-inch wide body construction gives you a nice wide step going up into the living room. Safety handles here. Love that the Solitudes have both a touchscreen control panel that'll link to your phone to control parts of the RV, and you have touch button controls here as well for the components. So you have two different systems to control your RV. Definitely better than having just one or the other. So really appreciate that on the Solitude. This is in their cotton interior color, so this is going to be their lighter colored furniture. They also have a stone colored furniture that's more like a brownish gray kind of color. You have the love seat style sofas in this one, which is also what the Alpine from Keystone will have. And then the Montana, they actually make this space a little bit bigger than the Solitude in the Alpine to give you a 3-cushion sofa here. So that not only gives you a larger space to sit on, also gives you a larger space to lay on and a bigger pull-out bed than both the Solitude and the Alpine. But nonetheless, looks great up here. Very comfortable furniture. These recliners will lay all the way flat, so you have a very comfortable space there to sit and watch the TV. It is a retractable TV, so when you put this TV down, you do have a nice big windshield back here. It does also have a screen that will come down, a blackout screen there to help with the heat. And I love that it has 2 LED lights here, so both the controls for these are right here, and you can see when I tap on them which ones turn off. And these are dimmable, so you can set the intensity on these to illuminate this space here that just looks brilliant. I love that they did that. That elegant lighting there is something very unique to this model that Solitude does. Have your speakers up here. They look very well hidden. Almost can't even tell that's a speaker there, but you have those in both corners. And of course you have the fireplace that will be an electric heat source for you, so you will be able to get heat out of here from your electrical system instead of having to run propane, which will definitely heat up this space here well. And this will have about 7 different color options for you. Your storage around this area, you'll have some shelving here. You have an outlet back there, pull-out drawer, and then a big open space here. And then everything will be symmetrical on the other side as well. Plus a nice little decorative shelf up here that could be used for some decorations. Windows all around this area as well. They'll all have the pull down blackout shades. Nice. I love that they put these on here, making it so much easier to locate that pull down shade. And then they are going to be reflective on the backside to help keep the heat out. No day shades on these though. So both the Montana and Alpine will have a day and a night shade. Just a night shade or a blackout shade here on the Solitude. That's pretty much everything. Again, these pull out to make full-size beds here. So you'll be able to get a full-size bed out of both of these sofas here, and that will give you additional sleeping space up here, which is why they give you this privacy curtain that is built in that will come all the way across, and you will have that there. So have your rail here that'll go across, which this is something you can get in any front living fifth wheel, but this comes with it already from the factory. So love that you have the privacy shade there. I know that's important to a lot of people. Now we're going to go up to my favorite part of this fifth wheel, which is the bedroom and bathroom. First of all, going back here, you can see you have nice, probably like a coat closet type storage here. Same with this one here as well. You have a king bed in here. Now the only thing I don't like about the bedroom setup on a Solitude is very bland when it comes to the bedroom space. I think Montana has my favorite bedroom space out of all the fifth wheels because Montana has a shelf up over the window. You have the reading light that has both a halo light on it and a directional reading light, where this has literally just a puck light here for each person, which will do just fine. I mean, it's just a little nitpicky thing, but this one here, you have your shelving here next to the bed, so it takes away a little bit of sleeping space there. Got to be careful not to hit your head on that. I know I probably never would, but some people get concerned about that. Really like that you have the window up over the headboard for more natural light coming in. And then you have USB ports and outlets on this wall and on this wall, so easy access for those. And then what I love about the Solitudes in the bedroom is what they do under the bed. Really creative space here. Has that storage that goes all the way back to the side wall. Deeper space there. Nice space here as well. And then they have the pull-out bench. So even when you pull this out, you can put the bed down, and you have a bench to sit on to put on your shoes and socks that will go away and tuck away. So it does take away some of the underneath of the bed storage, but I really think that bench is very practical, and I like that it goes out of the way when you don't want it. So this bigger slide out that comes out a little bit further gives you a bigger walkway through here, lots of floor space. And then you have some pretty creative storage here where the hanging rack goes this way, so your clothes are going to actually be forward facing. Your t-shirt hangers will go this way and that shirt will face you. And then this slides out. So you can actually, I think you would just put all your hangers on here, and then this slides out so you can see everything a bit better. So a pretty creative way to use this, you know, a little bit smaller wardrobe storage space in these front livings that you get. 6 pull-out drawers here that will all be the same size. Tabletop space here with a window. You have your TV in place here. This is a TLC, or TCL, sorry. Roku TV. I was thinking TLC like the group, and got my dyslexia kicking in. This TV does not swivel around, so it's just set in place. It'll just set in place like it is there, and you'll have the identical storage here. Then as you can see here, all your heat ducts are run through the cabinetry in a Solitude, so there are no vents anywhere in the floor in a Solitude, which I know a lot of people will appreciate. There's a lot of advantages to in the floor ducted heating. It does help spread the flow of warm air better, and it does deliver more direct hot air because you don't have your ducting curving and bending the way they have to do it with dryer hoses to do it out of the cabinetry. But it does keep you from having any vents in the floor, which is nice for a lot of people. I know a lot of people appreciate that. Now you have the sliding pocket door going to the bathroom, and then take a look at this bathroom here. The mirror is so dang big, it's impossible for me to stay out of it. Huge mirror, have a huge wardrobe closet here that will be your washer dryer room as well if you want to put a washer dryer in here. Absolutely massive space, tons of storage if you don't put the washer dryer in there. And then one of my favorite showers in any fifth wheel, you have the wood bench that will flip up here. I love that the Solitude drops this shower down to the same height as the floor, so you have about almost a foot deep tub there if you were to plug that drain. 2 spots for different soaps and whatnot in here. Fiberglass one-piece shower. The fiberglass goes all the way up to the roof. That is a difference in this one between the Alpine and Montana as well that don't do that. And then you have the best shower head setup in any RV I've ever seen. Definitely love this, where you have streams that can come out here. You have the handle here as well, and the rainfall shower head. And the ceiling height in here is about 6'5" or 6'6", plus about another 3 inches in the skylight. So you could easily be 6'7", maybe even 6'8" and fit in here. Now, this shower head sits right at the top of my head, so I wouldn't have to duck to get under this. But if you're about 6'4", you'll probably have to start ducking to get under that shower head there, or use this nozzle there. Then you have both your stainless steel sinks, so a his and her sink, a really nice backlit mirror here, just an absolutely huge mirror. Everything is solid surface countertops. You essentially get, you know, 3 medicine cabinets here. This is all unobstructed all the way through. And then you have multiple storage compartments underneath as well. One thing I don't like about Solitude is they don't have soft close drawers or cabinets, which I don't understand why. Alpine is going to come with soft close cabinets and not drawers, and Montana comes with soft close drawers and cabinets. Now it is all solid hardwood, so that's good. You have all solid hardwood in here. And just a really beautiful looking bathroom. Lots of floor space in the bathroom. And then you have your caddy cornered toilet here, which this one, soft close toilet seat lid as well. Love that. It is a plastic toilet seat lid, but it is soft close. You could replace this with a different toilet seat if you wanted, but that's what it'll come with. And lots of shoulder space and feet space with that caddy cornered toilet there. So that is pretty much everything in the bedroom and bathroom. I absolutely love that space. Just one last look in there because it is just absolutely huge. And I'm absolutely dying in here, so let's get down here and wrap this video up. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I am absolutely sweating my butt off here, and I drove down here 3 hours today to come make these videos for y'all, so I really hope you appreciate that. and appreciate my efforts. As a lot of y'all know, I am in a sales position. I do not get paid by my company to come and make these videos, and literally taking time away from my opportunities to sell somebody an RV just to make these videos for y'all, in hopes that someone like you down the road will see this video, be interested in this RV, and I will have built up enough value with you and enough trust in you that you might come to me when you're ready to purchase your next RV and let me be in charge of what your experience is like with that, giving you a great experience not only buying your RV but also through owning your RV as well. So that's all I got for y'all. If you're interested in this RV, you can text me at the number on the screen there, or even better, there's an inquiry link down below. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, I'll see y'all out camping.